Greetings, programs. Yes, it's definitely been a minute. For anyone who doesn't know, because I can't even remember if I shared this or not. A couple weeks ago, I actually had shot, well, couple weeks. It's been about 2 months now. I shot a bunch of videos, had them ready to start editing, and then they accidentally got deleted off of my phone before I copied them to my computer. And on top of just being busy with work, that it kind of took the wind out of the sails, you know? So I just haven't... When you lose that much work all at once from your own stupidity, it can be a little unmotivating to come back. But I'm back. Hopefully I will not accidentally delete this video. But today we're going to take a look at the Transformers Dark of the Moon arc as I fight with my cameras focusing. Yay, it's good to be back. But yeah, this is actually the Cyberverse version of the arc from back in the days of the movies, when the movies were still pretty decent. This actually is cross-compatible with the Cyberverse Starscream playset thing that I looked at a long time ago. I finally have a full set of those guys, actually. So, I'm not going to bring any of them in here to do anything with, but when I get a chance to do a bit longer video, I'll bring all of them in, and I'll bring this back in too to show how they link together. But today, I just want to take a look at this guy, or this thing, I guess, technically. But it did come with an included figure of Autobot Roller. And here, I have to play with zoom. Awesome. Yeah, this is Roller, who I think technically he is in the movie for all of like 12 seconds. But, yeah, he is the figure that you get alongside the Arc. And he's pretty great, actually, for being one of these older movie Cyberverse figures. I've got him in robot mode, so we'll just go through articulation. The weird claw arm thing, it's got an elbow right there that only goes in and out, and a rotation right there. This arm, as you can see, has got like a really weirdly placed hinge, or ball joint, but, you know, you do get, you know, some range of motion out of it, and some weirdness. Ball joint in the hips, so he can kick forward, he can kick back, he can sort of do the splits if he takes his feet forward while he does it. Knee joint works incredibly well, and the backwards as well. He does have a little molded foot. He stands pretty well. Way under the camera. Let's see if I can do this relatively smoothly. Come on, camera. Or I guess technically this is the tripod, not the camera. It does not want to go down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I do not have a lowering tripod. This is called me screwing things and unscrewing things and making a mess as I go. Hooray! But yeah, for despite his his weird leg situation here, he does stand pretty well, actually. Don't let, you know, right now you have no idea. Just, this is as far forward as my arms stretch. I'm crushing my own, like, throat with my shoulders right now to reach this far forward. But, you know, he does stand pretty well, actually, despite me being an idiot. And as you can probably tell from the strangeness of all the kibble hanging off of him, his alt mode is a moon rover. I love that. I genuinely love that. I am shocked we've not gotten more figures like that. So, transforming him, quite simple. This arm, you're just going to fold forward like that and just sort of across his body and out of the way. It doesn't peg in anywhere, but it will just kind of nestle in right there. Come down here, fold these sections forward on the treads. And again, they don't really have a stopping point or anything, but they will peg in to hold their shape here in a moment. Go ahead and bring this out. You can see there's a slot right there, tab right there that locks this arm in place. Go ahead and fold this up. Oh, and before you fold that, fold this panel back, then fold this forward, fold this up, and then just rotate the legs around, and there's a little slot right here that will tab in right here, either side of the shoulders, which, as usual, I someday, I swear, I will figure out a new recording solution, so I'm not having to do everything like at a weird arm's reach kind of thing. Okay, I have to bring this guy closer so I can actually see. 1 second. Okay, finally caught it. I take back putting the arm across. That was actually why I couldn't get this to peg in. It was nothing to do with anything else. This arm needs to come straight down, otherwise the shoulder sticks out and gets in the way of this pegging in. But, yeah, there you go. There you have Roller in his little moon rover mode, and I genuinely love this. This is so cool to me. I don't know why we haven't gotten more figures that turn into things like this. He does have those little tiny, pinned camber wheels. On this surface, he's not going to roll super well. Here, and we'll be Imgo for a second. we'll see if we can get him to spin. Okay, he spins pretty well. Let's zoom back out here a little bit. And worth mentioning, this arm, as you can see, it's got that little clip. This is actually still exactly the right size because, toys are made with standard millimeter measurements. You can actually take core class accessories from the brand new core class figures. And yeah, he can hold them, use them just fine. That is one of the cool things about Transformers, because so many things are standardized, 2mm, 3mm, whatever. You get cross compatibility out of figures from, 15 years apart or whatever. But let's go ahead and get that guy out of the way. And bring the beast back in here. There's quite a bit to go over with this thing. I need to zoom all the way out with this monster. I'm a little overloaded on where to start here. He does, if you get him complete, he actually has 2 of these missiles. Only this side launches, and when it showed up, yeah, there was not one in this side. There's probably a reason for that. This one is just for storage. It's kind of a generic looking, it's a blast fire thing, but pop it in there. Nice solid click. Shoots pretty powerfully, actually. I'm just gonna leave that on the floor because that is gonna be very hard to get right now. Yeah, quite a few other gimmicks on this guy though. He's got these little cannons in the back that I'm sure everyone remembers from the movie. If you actually watched the movie, it's one of the few worth watching. These are hinged for rotation as well as up and down. They actually have the 3mm clips or clip spots on the top. This guy is covered in things for all the 3mm clip weapons that were around at the time with the larger figures. So this thing's really cross compatible. And you can also just take these off because they're only attached via 5mm peg. I believe, everything I understand, this is not the dangerous gold plastic. This is, this is the good stuff that won't disintegrate. And as you can see, he's covered in ports, so you can put these kind of wherever you want. I've seen a lot of people put them out here. That looks pretty good. A lot of options here. And if I can find it here, you can also use these smaller ports here. Pig in your modern core class weapons. So, again, really cool cross-compatibility with something from years and years in the future. I'm going to go ahead and pop this one off as well. After this thing transforms, we will want those popped off because, yes, this monstrosity will transform. Button over here, which gets you flashing lights and some pew pew effects. Just the one sound. And obviously, I've already put Roller away for the moment at least, but the cockpit does open. There is a seat, and the seat has a little pressure spot here. If that pushes down, you get that. It does take a pretty good amount of pressure on that, so it's not going to go off by accident or anything. So I think that mostly covers it in this mode. Battery compartment is down there because battery compartments tend to be down low. You got some more pegs and stuff. It looks like something goes in here, but as far as I know, there isn't anything. This is one of those could have been something planned, type of situations. Maybe there's some cross compatibility that I don't know about yet. Areas from the back. It would have been nice if they put something in these to just kind of fill them out a little bit, but it works. It's the backside. You're not really looking at it. And to be frank with this, you're not even going to have too much time with it in the Arc because it opens up and becomes an entire playset. So all you're really going to do after you get to this point, go ahead and bring this part down. Try to get the cockpit to stay closed there. Over here, you've got these little spires. They were a thing from the movie. I don't remember if they were on the ship or not, but there was a thing about little 5 spires, so you've got them here. You've got a little ramp right there that we'll come back to. And then this, go ahead and bring up like that. And obviously, you've got more exposed 5mm ports, so you can go ahead and peg these guns on, a couple different places. I usually put them here. And if you want, these guns are actually removable, which means you can take these off and give them to your big robots from the line to use, which is a neat touch. And yes, you can also take off the one that doesn't shoot. You can switch which one shoots and which one doesn't. You can buy 2 of these and make both of them shoot if you want. I don't recommend doing that. This thing's old. But, yeah, there's quite a bit it can do in this mode now. Here, go ahead and push this back up for a moment. Here you can see just the little pass-through for that button that makes the shooting effects. If we push that now, it will activate that little turret. This turret does rotate. It only goes from side to side to, keep things from getting damaged. It's also got little ports right there you can stick stuff on. You get ports here. You've got a port there. You've got this weird little kind of medical spot thing with this one golden claw. I don't really understand the point of this. If this could be up higher or something, maybe. The fact that it just sits there is kind of silly. Here, I'll flip it up so you can see. I love this kind of just, hexagon or hexagonal design all over the main base of it. It's one of those quick ways to make something look sci-fi and awesome. I really enjoy it. Back here, you have the Decepticon holding cell, which is the main reason I flipped this up. These are just little spring-loaded doors. You can, stand a Decepticon in there and slam it shut, have them break free. Go ahead and bring that back down. And then, on top of all that, you also have this. This is now much easier to activate with the weight of a figure. But, let's see, who will be funny to use? You know what? Continuing with using figures from the modern age, we'll grab Core Class Rodimus here. Get him on here. If you push down the figure at all, you get charging effect. It does that when you let go. And obviously you've got a little lever here to actually do the launching. It's one of those silly little gimmicks, but it works with your car formers. Works with, Legion figures from, other lines. This guy actually works incredibly well on this thing, funny enough. Your core class guys. This figure's even heavy enough that sometimes if it sits in the right spot, it will just activate this on its own. And just to say I did, here's an actual Legion class figure from the line that this thing's from. Again, there's so much usefulness here, and I absolutely adore it. Because the thing with me, I didn't have many Transformers when I was little, but what I did have a little bit more of, at least, were Z-Bots, if anyone remembers those. They were made by Galoob, I think it was. Micro Machines guys. They're just little, small robot figures, but they had vehicles that would open up and transform into bases. I actually have one of the vehicles for the tiny versions, because they came in two sizes. I know, rambling. But you had like 2-inch tall ones, and you had 1-inch tall ones. The 1-inch tall ones were cooler, in my opinion. I had more of those, and I still have those from when I was a kid. And a while ago, I tracked down one of the vehicles for them. So that will be coming sometime. It's actually kind of hard to find names for those guys, and I want to find at least roughly appropriate names. But the fact that here, I've got Transformers pulling that same play pattern of you've got your little robots, you've got your little guys, you've got the vehicle, you can put them in the vehicle, have them fly the vehicle, and then open it up into a space, into a whole base, and do all kinds of stuff in that. I love it so much. This thing's still worth getting now because it is perfectly in scale with the core class figures that are out there. It makes a great way to just, display your figures, put them all around here, have someone up here doing a thing, put someone else behind this. So many options. I love this thing. It is so cool. I still recommend trying to find one if you can. It's just, this is good stuff, and I love it. So, my crazy, wild gushing aside, thank you guys for watching. I am glad to be back. I have some other videos that I recorded a little while ago. I will see if I end up finishing them or reshooting them. But either way, more stuff coming. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching.